But when I got back, I got interested in the Human Cell Atlas project, which is single-cell genomics, analyzing cell by cell by cell, as opposed to just taking big bunches of tissue and analyzing genes. So recently, I've been encouraging poets to generate poetry about the Human Cell Atlas project, and we've been quite successful about that. The latest rendition we did of The Future and All That Jazz was on the 5th of March this month, and there's a lot of Human Cell Atlas poetry there. So you know Alice Major. She was the first poet laureate of Edmonton. She founded the Poetry Festival and has done lots of other awesome things. So she has been thinking of the Human Cell Atlas as a major subject for her future work too. And she and I have been talking about what does this mean? And we decided it means that it's open season on Human Cell Atlas poetry. We encourage all of you to learn about the Human Cell Atlas project and write poetry about it. Why? Because the only poetry being written about the Human Cell Atlas project is being written in Edmonton. We're the center of the universe for Human Cell Atlas project poetry. And why not enhance that and make it as big as we possibly can? And maybe it'll be the subject of Alice's next book, but you could get the jump on Alex and do just an awesome poem before Alex even does her first poem. So anyway, now the other side of this, and you're probably thinking this guy is talking way too long, but the poem at the end here is really short. I'm just about done with the preamble. I know it's the world's longest preamble. But you may also wonder, in the future and all that jazz, what skills are important? I think I've come to the answer of that. Like, if this is about science, do the poets need to be scientists? So we tried that on March the 5th, and we left Roylin out. Okay, so he was going to come and watch us. But then when the other poets discovered there was an improv part of this, they got really, really scared. And they thought it'd be a really good idea to include Roylin in the show, and we did that, and it worked great. So I really think the bottom line is freestyle poetry is a much more important skill for the future and all that jazz than science. Science is okay, but freestyle poetry is really important. Okay, here comes the poem. The Politics of Human Cell Atlas Poetry and Music. Freestyle poet Roylin to the rescue! Should have seen that coming from the get-go! Respecting both poetry and improv, both science and improv poetry, bringing together two ways to know a tree of cell lineage, interesting as Stonehenge. Science and spirit come together, producing emotionally perfect weather at the level of the venue and the level of the cell. Transcriptomics retinue for the single cell, just the right lineup to edutainment done well. The arts can vision beyond the 2018 meeting. Future travel in music and poems fleeting. Poetry can give you 2028 or another time. Just name the date. So arts can lead or at least keep pace with science. Together we'll win the race. That's the end of the poem. However, I have something else to say. That there's the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Do you know about that? It's a very large fund of money to support science and medicine, but it comes from Facebook. It's Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, and they have put major funding into the Human Cell Atlas project. And I think the poetry that we're doing potentially could be a part of that. So we can apply for a grant. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, so anyway. That's all I had to say. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you.
Hello there. Thank you, Kim. I'm quite honored that you did your one poem about me.
Yeah, wow.